All right, Knights of Apollo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another glorious siege battle in Total War Rome 2. This one is a 3 versus 3. We've got some cool factions, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the slaughter. So this is actually a subscribers battle replay. So if you didn't know, you can post your replays in my Discord. Well, you have to get it approved by the admins. That way people aren't just posting spam. And a big shout out to the admins of my Discord who make this possible. I mean, they go through all these replays, make sure it checks out. So a big thank you to them for putting in that hard work. And of course, a big thank you to the community for, posting their replays, because they're up in the Discord for everyone to download and watch, not just me. So if you are interested in, watching some replays, it's a great way to learn. Seriously, you could just put on a replay, watch it, and learn some cool new stuff, like what someone did well, what someone did poorly, and just kind of learn from it. So anyways, let's jump in here, check out the factions, and get this one underway. So over here we have Gaiti. So Gaiti is like a really cool, they've got a lot of Falksmen, very deadly forces, warriors. Then over here we have Carthage, which is just a classic. And then finally all the way on the far flank, we have the Egyptians, which are pretty similar in style with the Carthaginians. They both bring a lot of mercenaries. They have similar army buildups. Or build-ups, army comps, I guess, in a way. They're a little different, obviously. They have their different flavors. They, like, Carthage can bring a lot of Iberian soldiers, and Egypt can bring a lot of like Celtic like soldiers, and Egyptian like Sobek warriors and stuff. So anyways, let's check out the defenders. Defenders are no joke either. We have the Galatians here on the battlefield. Next to him we have Lusitani. Iberia's had enough with the Carthaginians, I suppose. And then we have Macecily, which I often refer to them as the desert Romans, as they have desert legionaries. Look at these guys. Not as good as Rome, but close. Pretty good faction when Rome is like not allowed, or like if you don't want to play Rome but something similar to Rome, Macecily is definitely the way to go. So just kind of looking at this defense here, they kind of look unorganized. Here comes some fiery balls of justice coming down. Yeah, they are making some, I don't know if like someone readied up before people are ready, but Lusitani is out here holding with guerrillas. That's not, I wouldn't recommend using a unit like this. One, they're spear infantry, which doesn't necessarily mean they're terrible, but this seems more like a shock troop or a flanking troop, essentially the same thing. You don't necessarily want to use them as a frontline force. Maybe they're just there to kind of absorb some ammo. I can't imagine them being too expensive. But it does seem like he is kind of falling back, and they are going to use the inner choke points of the settlement, which I think is a real shame. I really do. I don't like when players don't fight a little bit for the walls. I'm not saying dedicate everything. You can if it's going well, but at least have something, some sort of resistance to, one, slow down your attackers, your opponents, and maybe win by time, or even get them to use a lot of resources like ammo to break through the initial defense. And of course you have the arrow tower support kind of supporting you here in this defense. I mean, this thing is like a machine gun. It guns down a lot of enemies. So to just kind of give it up, I mean, even just by giving it up, you still get like 5 kills or so, because they have to go and capture it. So yeah, they are holding here, which is good. I hope they continue to hold there. I know they're getting bombarded by artillery, but hey, there's a big risk to artillery. There's a chance that artillery will hit his own troops. Now we got Egyptian infantry pushing it against the Galatian legionaries. So it's a solid defense over on this side. Glacia, I'm glad he's holding the walls. He's not really taking on anyone too challenging. The Glacian, oh, this is sad. Little Glacian on Glacian action. Oh, and artillery's coming down. The Egyptians are like, it's like, sir, are you sure we should fire the artillery? Well, it's gonna kill some Galatians, isn't it? Well, sir, I mean, yeah, but they're on our side. Are they really? Are they really on our side? They're just fighting for gold, you know. The less that live, the less we have to pay them. So yeah, it is sad. Little Glacia on Glacia action. And here we go, more Galatians coming in to fight. Oh my god, look at the carnage. I think that was from a volley of Peltis or Javies. And then, yeah, this is going to be an easy fight for these Galatian legionaries against the Galatian swordsmen. So yeah, Galatian legionaries definitely, I believe, better than the swordsmen. They're also just in a better position right now. You know, they've got the defensive advantage, and they are breaking these Galatian swords. Egypt definitely is going to need to send up more. But here's the thing, guys. Egypt's kind of going in alone. Now, we have Gaiti over here that has some forces, but they're not really putting pressure anywhere. They're just kind of setting up, which, you know, good on them. They're able to take a lot of, you know, section of the settlement without any kind of fighting. But, you know, it's not really putting pressure because the defenders are like, okay, yeah, I've kind of let you do that. I'm not panicking over here. They just kind of reset up their lines and are going to hold a further back, you know, bend but don't break strategy. So, yeah, I mean, Egypt might want to slow down here a little bit. Well, they've got two options. Either keep pushing and try to defeat Galatia. Now, the good news for Egypt is that they're not getting double teamed. There's a nice little side flank on the Galatian swords against the Galatian swordsmen. Oh, what's the difference? But yeah, Egypt is actually putting some pressure here. I don't know what happened. Did they lose here? But this is a problem. This is like, hello, McFly. You've got to defend this. And I think Lusitani sees that, and he's moving up. What are these? Iberian swordsmen over to defend the flank. Dude. Get over there. Okay, good. These guys stopped, which kind of gives them more time. Here we go. Carthage now putting on the pressure. Pushing in some mercenary infantry. Artillery fire coming down as well. Oh, we got the swordswomen. The swordswomen on the battlefield, trying to distract the male soldiers of their steaming good looks. I mean, they are pretty, you know? Got some nice figure there. Look at, she's even wearing a rose. How beautiful. She wears a rose because she is a rose. And just like all roses, they have thorns. What's that Poison song? Every rose has its thorns. You guys, maybe you're too young, but yeah, Poison is, what is it, like an 80s rock band? I remember one of my friends really loving that song. I personally don't really care for it. It's just like a cheesy 80s song, but every rose has its thorns. Anyways, we've got our female warriors holding the front, and we've got some reinforcements right behind them. Artillery coming down, and we'll go ahead and kind of get a bird's eye view. What's going on? Artillery still coming down, which is really risky. He could shoot his own men. And now Gaiti is putting pressure over on the other side. So this is a well-timed attack here by the attackers. Really trying to, you know, put pressure on all sides. And I think, yeah, overall, I think the attackers are doing a pretty good job. I think the defenders have made some mistakes. One being not holding the walls. And I don't think it's like a vital, or not a vital, but yeah, well, I don't think it's like a you know, like a defeat mistake. What am I trying to say here? It's not so bad that it's gonna make them lose the battle. They can still recover. It's just gonna come down to this defense here. It's, you know, can they hold these choke points and you know, chip away at the attackers to the point where they win the battle? Because I don't think they're gonna win based on time. I mean, this battle is going fast right now. It's going quick. We got mercenary infantry still pushing in. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is definitely the time to fall back. See, like, you gotta, there's a time to defend the walls, and then there's a time to fall back, and that's this. And they are doing it. Good on them, because they're gonna get hit from two sides. They definitely, like, Galatia needed to defend this corner, and he just didn't have a lot of reinforcements here and got pushed back, and that left an opportunity for the Egyptians to flank on that side. And of course you have the Carthaginians coming in this way. So yeah, that's the smartest move for the defenders, to fall back, preserve what you have, don't be suicidal there, and run to live another day. But really, it's not really another day, it's just kind of further down in the day because it's the same day. Anyways, let's go back over here where we have the Galatians putting up their front line against the Egyptians. Now, if I was Egypt, I would consider the outer walls conquered. I know that they haven't taken this area here, and they can always do so later, but this area has all been conquered. So now is the time, and yet, sure enough, here they go. They're gonna push up all of their infantry, just kind of filter them in and get them set up for this is kind of like phase 2 of the defense, as I like to call it. Phase 1, of course, is attacking the outer walls, dealing with sally outs, that kind of stuff. Phase 2 is pushing into the inner cities, and then phase 3 is the town center, the defense of the town center. So yeah, it's broken down into multiple phases. Let's go over to this side. Gates still pushing hard. What is he attacking with here? He's got the Folksmen. Folksmen kind of remind me of the Kush soldiers. What are they called? I'm having, you know, I've been working on a new schedule of waking up way earlier. So it's always hardest at the beginning when you're trying to fix your sleeping schedule, because it's kind of like, it doesn't matter. Oof, you go, girl. Doesn't matter how late I stay up. I tell myself, hey, I'm gonna wake up early. You know, no matter what, I'm getting up, and we're gonna do this. And I think I'm definitely, my brain is not functioning properly right now. But anyways, you know what I'm talking about. They're kind of like this Kush. No, it's not. What are they called? It's not that hard of a word. Oh well. I'm just gonna stop. The Folksmen are awesome, and they're pretty good at dealing with heavy armored troops, if I'm not mistaken. It'll come to me. You guys ever hear, like, that it's actually worse to drive tired than driving drunk? Isn't that pretty crazy? Pretty crazy. I don't know how true that is, but you definitely, I mean, you do make mistakes when you're tired. You know, your brain is not as sharp, and that's what you're witnessing here. And my God, the Javies! Look at that. Just slaughtered those guys. But it's just guerrillas. I mean, if one unit was to absorb all that ammo, that's a good unit to do it. Look at this. They've kind of formed a U-ish shape. They want them to come in, and then they're going to kind of surround them. Now, I believe this is the town center. Like, this is where you have to hold. We're about halfway through the battle already. Isn't that crazy? It's still tough to say who's going to win this one. The defenders are looking good, but they are still, like, the balance of power is in favor of the attackers. You gotta be careful here. I might charge. Yeah, charge these guys. Don't let them throw stuff at you point blank. Shotel. The Shotel Warriors. There it is. I knew I would get it. The Shotel Warriors of Kush. That's what the Folksmen kind of remind me of. Alright, sorry. My mind is a little sluggish today. It's all right. It will only get better as I push through this. Seriously, it's the hardest part when trying to fix your sleeping schedule. Just push through it. All right, there we go. Nice little charge there by Desert Legionaries. They've got these noble swords kind of surrounded here. That's very good. I mean, this is a good unit. Gaty needs to be careful. I mean, whenever you send in your elite units, always... Oh, nice little charge there by the mercenary cap. And oh my god, they left their archers open to attack as they push in. Man. So what's that Sun Tzu quote from The Art of War? When you're strong, appear to be weak, and when you're weak, appear to be strong. I feel like we're kind of getting that from the defenders right now. I'm not gonna lie. When this battle first started, I was like, ooh, these defenders, like, I don't know, like, they seem like they're making a lot of mistakes here. It looks like this is gonna be a pretty decisive battle, but they're kind of turning on, you know, they're running on all cylinders now. And I feel like they've given the attackers a false sense of confidence, and they're now punishing the attackers with some good cab charges. But it's still not over, obviously. All right, now we got some more forces moving in. What is this? Desert Legionaries pushing up over to this flank, which is good because there's really nothing holding here. And I like the fact that they got these veteran shield warriors not necessarily engaging. They're just kind of holding here, avoiding a fight, because the longer they can avoid a fight, the more they can hold this front, right? Like if they push in here, which I would attack. If I was Carthage or Gaty, I would push right here, put pressure on this flank. And now we got more infantry moving up. We've got the Legionaries, oh, taking on pikemen. Pikemen in the battle already. So African pikemen, he only lost one. Wow, it's a good move. Good use of the pikemen from the attackers. Really good use. I like it. Got a little poke there. Opened up this breach, this opening. Oh, I would be pouring in right now. I would be just like, just pour in these troops. What is there? Just some archers and spears? Like, get in there. Over here, we've got Lusitani now over on this side. Where did Galatia go? Galatia's got a couple troops scattered around, but Galatia's almost out of the game except for their cav and their infantry. And this is cool. Sometimes it's fun. Hear me out. Sometimes it's fun to lose all of your troops in the battle and be able to focus your attention on one or two units, like a cav unit. Because when you're only controlling one unit or two units or even three units, you can be micro precise with that unit and do a lot of damage. Why is the Carthaginian general fighting by himself when the rest of his army over here is fighting in the center? Well, that is a huge loss for the attackers. And we have like a counter push. Look at all this cav. Look at, you usually don't see this much cav, and when you do, you usually see them sally out. So this is kind of cool to kind of see them. Oh, now they're sallying out, but to see them use the cav so late like this and in the city mostly, it's pretty cool. You don't see that too often, but they're going for, I guess they're going for like morale stuff, because this doesn't have ammo. I'm pretty sure it's out of ammo. Now we got some cav out here looking for opportunities. They see a general. This general better hurry up and use a siege tower. Oh my god. Dude, get this general. Yeah, he's probably freaking out. This might be not the player's fault, but the game's fault. Sometimes the pathfinding gets a little funky here. Dude, get on the tower. Okay, good. Here's the bad thing though. Oh, they gotta go. They gotta go. They still might be able to stop them here. They gotta hurry, because what happens if you... Are they using 3 towers? I've never seen that before. I don't think I have. They're using 3 different towers. I thought you could only use 1 per unit. There's even some over here using towers. What the heck? Look at this guy. You see him? It was like he was walking upstairs. He wasn't even using his hands. I don't know. You have to go back. We saw it for like a second. Wow. He barely gets his general out of there. Good on the attackers being able to do that. But this is not looking good. The defenders here are holding pretty well. There's some troops breaking from the defenders. But the defenders are holding well. The attackers look like they're on the verge of collapse. And the Desert Legionaries are they're just too much for the attackers.
Lead them! Cut them down! Shelter them!
Beautiful. Over in the center, though, this is big. Carthage and Egypt putting a lot of pressure here. And again, Massaicily got their troops. I mean, Massaicily was definitely more the support army in this battle, holding back most of their troops until late game, which is always smart because you're going to have a fresh army. You know, being able to go in against troops that are either tired or depleted or both. But yeah, nice fight here for the town center. They really can't back up anymore. They really can't. And it's all going to come down to Massaicily. This is a close battle, guys. Looking at both sides, look at the balance of power is dead even. Both sides look about equal. And let's not forget, like, Carthage still has pikemen. In fact, they're fighting over here. Ooh, I think Galatia is trying to flank them. Yeah, the pikes, though, this is not a great situation for them. See, we got some Galatian cav trying to do what they can. The pikes have kind of reorganized with the gate to their backs. Got to be careful, though, because their flank is exposed and they are getting harassed by cav. What is this? They're still at over 100 men, though. So they only have 65 kills, though. But I think a lot of those kills were cav units. And obviously, cav has less men in the unit. All right, you guys got to turn the pikes and deal with these riders over here. There you go. There you go. And they disengage. Good on Massaicily for pulling their troops out of there. All right, we're down on you know, time here. There's only like 6 minutes left in the replay already. Man, time has gone by fast. Such a quick battle. And whoa, a huge change. What happened? That's weird. Why does he have a unit pushed up over here when they're kind of losing the fight? He needs to get back over here and help out. But he is going to get a good side flank here on these noble swords. That's a tough unit. They got to take him out. And they got a good flank on the Galatian Royal Guard. Another great unit. Galatian Royal Guard kind of remind me of the Varangians of the medieval world. You know? Just the Varangians were kind of like hand-selected bodyguard. And the Galatian Royal Guard, kind of the same thing. Anyways, they are kind of winning over here. Uh-oh. The defenders, the tables have turned very quickly. There's nothing really holding over here. And there's pikes pushing up. They're breaking over here. It looks like the defenders might lose this. But here's the thing, guys. Egypt has sent in their general. We already saw one general die. That was the Carthaginian general, or break. That was the Carthaginian general. If the Egyptian general falls here, and then we've got the Gati general, if he falls, they might be able to pull off a chain route by killing all of the leadership of the attackers. Oh my god, Egypt's general, the Royal Peltis, only with 52 kills, down to 32 men. Ooh, he did not use that unit effectively. I mean, Royal Peltis can rack up a lot of kills. Oh boy. That was what they needed. So now Carthage is low on morale. Egypt is low on morale. This is it. This is for all the marbles right here. They've got to kill this general, and this is the time. He's going to use his cav to pin him. This cav has to hold because look at this big old daddy coming this way, going for the charge, flanking these men. Beautiful, beautiful flank. Now here's the thing, did they kill enough in that charge? Not really. They've only killed 4, but if they kill this general, I think they win this. If they don't kill the general, there is a good chance they lose this. Now Galatia, Lusitani, they still have all their generals. I don't know, it's looking good. Maybe it doesn't matter if they kill that general or not. I think as long as the defenders generals are alive and they're in a good position, you know, they're not surrounded, they kind of outnumber the attackers here. This is looking really good, but we'll see. I mean, still, well, no, it's starting to become a defender's favor here. I think the defenders are gonna pull out a victory here. Man, this was pretty back and forth, not gonna lie. You know, especially over here. Like at one point it looked like the defenders were kicking butt, then the attackers all of a sudden cleared out a bunch of troops. And the carnage that went down here is pretty insane. I think this was the most important part of the battle right here. This fight here. Out of all the battles, this was the most important. I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say, to really pinpoint what's most important. But let's not forget there are pikemen here. Carthage has their pikemen. Uh-oh. Oh, I see the Lusitani general got out of there. Uh-oh, Galatia is breaking, but that's okay. Galatia's army is pretty much wiped anyways. Oh my god, this is still really close, guys. This is huge. Oh my god, it's so back and forth. With these pikemen going into the fight, they are going to do so much damage. As long as these pikes don't get outflanked, and they're going to try to pin them down here with these armored spears, make it so they don't, you know, they can't move away. And here comes the pikes. The pikes are actually flanking. And now we got a cav charge. Spear horsemen. Oh my god, the desert legionaries find themselves surrounded by the great tree of the Juju. I don't the great tree of Gorlock. That's a terrible fake name. All right, but the pikes are moving in. This is disaster. At one point it's like, again, it's so back and forth. Oh, look at this, armored Nubian riders trying to, ooh, they got stuck in against the spear horsemen. What are these slingers doing here? Oh, I guess they're slinging at the cav. That's a bold move. That cav could have easily ran them down. And now they're gonna break away and they're gonna try to flank. That's the smart thing to do. Ooh, try to kill that general. I think that's it. They've got to kill the Gati general. You got to kill those noble swords. If you do, you can win. If you don't, it's over. Oh, it's breaking. The bounce of power, though. Really, 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 really. Look at that bounce of power. Yeah, there we go. They lost too many. The generals are gone. There's no leadership. Oh, man, that was close. The attackers almost pulled off a miracle there. If they just had a few more troops, maybe 1 or 2 more generals, I think they could have won that one. A good battle, a great battle. That was awesome. So it started off kind of slow. I was a little worried because it was like, oh man, like these defenders are making some mistakes. But no, they, like I said, Sun Tzu, Art of War. One strong, appear weak. The Ghost King, he's the one who sent this in. Thank you so much for the battle replay. Appreciate it. He did a really good job. His Galatia did awesome. And then Lusitani did awesome. Over here, we've got the Egyptians. We got Gati. Look at that, getting the most kills. Wow. They did a really good job, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. And then Dirty 30 Gaming. So that's going to wrap it up here, guys, for today's battle. Thank you so much for joining me. This was a lot of fun. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, you know, subscribe, hit the like button, do all of that jazz. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support, and I will see you guys next time on the battlefield.